Welcome back, sire. Your kingdom awaits. The royal court is eager to hear your orders. They've garnered many new skills to serve the realm. Our diplomats are standing by, Your Majesty. Use them to seal powerful pacts with our allies. Our merchants have established the trade route you requested, sire. A neighboring monarchy is unpopular with their people. A well-placed spy could send them into anarchy. Heresy has spread to one of our provinces. We should let our priests deal with it, sire. It is time to recruit the continent's greatest army and protect your sovereignty by all means. Lead your men into battle. Use your cavalry to flank their archers. And send soldiers to scale their walls, sire. It is the people that demand you ride with your knights to defend what was and the dream of what could be.
Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and this new medieval multiplayer real-time grand strategy game has some serious potential for fun and replayability. Well, welcome to Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign, which is out today, by the way, on Steam. The original coming out in 2005, and I took a quick look at it on Steam, and it really reminded me of Stronghold, and that is near and dear to my heart and piqued my interest. And when I took a look at Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign on Steam, taking a look at just basic screenshots and surface level analysis, it really reminds me a lot of what would happen if you combined Civilization with Hearts of Iron, Victoria, maybe some Crusader Kings and Bannerlords, and tried to make something that also played out a little bit like Total War with elements of Stronghold in it. I know that's a lot of games, but those games are a lot of fun. I played them all and thought they were great. And this game with multiplayer has a lot of replayability in it, being like Age of Empires, where you can set your own victory conditions, whether it be via taking certain numbers of territory or earning a certain amount of gold, or obviously world domination, the known world, at least in the times of medieval, spanning from, I think, 1150 all the way up to 1360, about 300 years of different types of combat and nations, all participating in, marriages to lock in alliances, and of course religions such as the Pope and Catholicism and other religions and forces that are fighting against not only kingdoms but also belief systems. And so there's layers upon layers for this one, combining both, of course, things like military power and leadership and food shortages and all the other things that could happen where your people will need to trust you as you lead them to glory. Well, welcome to our first look. We're going to jump in, but let it just be known that this game has such incredible depth to it, from everything like its dynasty system to even just managing small cities and systems within those cities, that there's no way we're going to be able to see it all. So if you'd like to see more on this, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, because I would like to also do an in-depth analysis on a live stream too, and I know many of you enjoy asking questions live over there. So make sure you do subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and let's get started with our first look at Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign, out today, by the way. All right, well, here's the world map, obviously the known world at this time, and of course we can play between 1110 AD all the way up to 1360 AD, and as I mentioned, many other victory conditions, such as, for example, getting a certain gold amount in your treasury, or world domination, for example, or destroying your neighbor. You have all these different nations that are available, of course, in 1110 and 1224 and 1360. Such as, let's take a look at, wow, Lithuania bopping off in 1362. I think today we'll start in 1224 as the Kingdom of Denmark, with parts of Sweden here, and I think a puppet going on right here at Pomerania. So we'll go ahead and play as them. But let's take a look around the map a little bit. Of course, we have North Africa, parts of the Middle East, and Eastern Europe and Russia, and of course some of the northern sections too. Not all the way up to farthest northern reaches of Norway, but it's good enough, I suppose, for now. And really just common territories that were least populated for. Many different things that we can do for increasing the difficulty or changing how it'll play out, such as espionage and king's aging, so things that you can control a little bit better for creating a dynasty and having more and more heirs to the throne, or maybe perhaps to control their lives a little bit more in detail. So, for example, things like sending them off to school and having them do different types of studies to kind of perfect their leadership later on for things like financial or military leadership, whatever you may. All right, let's go ahead and start with Denmark then. You can read that it's a northern Nordic nation, and they have a vassal here of Pomerania, as we can see here, and then a little detail on the Danes too, and religion being Catholic. But of course, you can do that for any nation. You can just click anywhere you'd like to. Venice, for example, maybe the Papal States, if you'd like. It looks like, oh, wait a minute, I don't think we can actually pick them. But it looks like you can play as many others. That would actually be interesting to be able to play as the Papal States. But the good thing is this game also has mods. I did see it in the pause menu, so there might be the way to become the Battle Pope, something for 40k, and ride through Germany all the way to France and England on your way to, gathering skulls for the Skull God, which might be you. All right, let's go ahead and start and take our first look.
Greetings. Welcome to Knights of Honor. We have lost a war. We have won a war. Our ranks were reinforced by another army. More troops have come to aid in our battle. The enemy grows stronger, my lord. A hostile army has joined in battle against us.
Protect our allies!
Alas, our king has died on the battlefield.
Nice. I like this job. If they catch me, say you don't know me. Fools fell for it. Yes. I am happy to report that your orders were executed, sire.
A new construction has been finished, my lord. We have erected a new building, sire.
Welcome, sire. Greetings, and welcome to the medieval world of Knights of Honor. As your humble squire, it is my duty to inform you about the many aspects of ruling over a kingdom. Yes, the Kingdom of Denmark today. We have things like, for example, securing victory, either by having great powers and rankings, or by our kingdom's advantage over others, whether it be military or economic. We have lots of tools to be able to learn to play, which is great because it's literally so complex. They have a big old juicy button on like the main screen to be able to see all your provinces and your royal family and stuff. So common that they literally put it on the main screen. All right, let's see where we're at here. Oh boy. Well, I'm not recognizing any of these territories. I think we're in northern Africa. Oh yeah. So if we jump across, there's the island of Palma. So we're getting a little closer. This would be southern Spain. Is this as far as we can zoom out? We're going to go north then into France, and here will be Denmark, right about here. There we are. All right, so we have, oh, do we have Bremen under our control? Looks like, yeah, we have the city of Hamburg, possibly Bremen. It looks like the border crossing there changes it. But there we go. We've got places such as modern-day Copenhagen, and, of course, Malmo, and our borders, and just south of Gothenburg. Now, we're friends with the Swedes right now, so we don't really want to cause too much of a war, but I think Brandenburg right here is not too happy with us, so that's kind of our current enemy. We can take a look at things like our royal court, where we can see us as the king currently, and then all the other types of positions we can fill for things such as, yeah, we can hire a marshal for military or merchant, diplomats, clergy, and spies, so we can have all sorts of different advisors or people running tasks for us on the side. Lots of helpful hints that'll pop up pretty much every time that you play. You can, of course, disable the tips or just skip a particular skill set or tip on something relating to, for example, opinions of you. You can see up here we have like the army's opinion, merchants, the clergy, your regular people, that type of thing, and our authority to do all sorts of different larger calls to things such as war. Or, I don't know, change religion or whatnot. Wars and pacts, of course. Denmark, starting at this time, being relatively, well, let's just say neutral in air quotes. We're not really at war with anybody, but the potential to pop off at any time is great. And speaking of great, we have great powers and rankings there and our advantages. Those are the main things for the end. Then, of course, speed controls. I must speak briefly on the music, too. It is a wonderful soundtrack in this game. I've been really experiencing a lot more games now, such as Manor Lords, that are just having soundtracks that just pop off. And more than ever, are we getting soundtracks that don't seem like they're necessarily made for the game, but that could just be made for fun of a certain era or genre that are brought into these games that just fit perfectly. And that's amazing. All right, well, let's go ahead and start looking at some cities here. Anytime we do anything during the tutorial, which we can skip, but I'm just going to use this kind of as a guiding force for the video. If we click on any of these different things within the menu, it'll bring up another tutorial and telling us a little bit more about manufacturing goods or how to build things or how to get more units, that type of thing. Fortifications, for example, and our garrison within that. So pretty cool that we can actually click on anything and have it explained to us. So if we click on a city and try to build something, then boom, they'll explain the districts to us, to which we have military, population, religion, farming, and seashore. You happen to be close to the seashore. That's going to be pretty helpful for a lot of people to kind of learn where things go. But this is what it really reminds me of Civilization the most, where, of course, you want to start by building farms, and then, of course, farms equal more food, which more food means more people, and then, of course, of those people, you can then start recruiting them into the military to be like spear makers or swordsmiths or fletchers, and then have those people who are providing weapons help to train and give weapons to those who become archers or swordsmen or your knights. Like, for example, building a royal palace and then having a great hall or perhaps a royal guards quarters or even a queen's chamber. Ooh la la. That's offspring, boys. And that's good for having a kingdom, because otherwise your kingdom will end if your kingdom doesn't. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and click on crop farming and get started there. Upgrades. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and build this. We got a little bit of cash to start with. We got about $2,000 in the bank, some gold there. Our advisor basically telling us all about the backbone of a good nation, whether it be food or trade, and of course both are necessary, but we can kind of only do one at a time. So we're going to start with crop farming in a few places just to kind of get it going. And as you can see, we're playing in real time, as they mentioned before, so we can speed up things immensely. But let's take a look around the map a little bit. I do like the animations of people and horses, and even armies will move across the map too, which really reminds me of Bannerlords there. You may have briefly seen a little army moving to from the, I think there's a keep over here or something, a monastery. You can see a little group moving from the monastery to the city there. But you will see people out on patrol, and so you can kind of fight out in the fields or fight at a city, which changes the combat dramatically, whether or not you have a choice to, of course, siege a town or just fight out in the field. So it's really cool to be able to see merchants moving around, people moving around. You might see religious people moving as well. So lots of activity going on. And lots of different farms, too. And this landscape looks gorgeous. Lots of different trees and different shoreline and rocks and things like that. So for a map that you're going to be staring at the whole time, it certainly looks nice. It's nice to see this rather than just borders and colors to separate them. So let's continue to build farms, though. Very important. Right now we're at, what, plus 46 on our income. And we also have to worry about things like books, which will increase our knowledge, knight skills, as well as adopting traditions. We have religion here and our income from that, but also the approval from the church, which currently I think is at -1. It's going down. Can't make everybody happy all at the same time. Looks like our son has grown. Prince Eric here. We can go ahead and teach him about learning, negotiation, or bribery. Well, let's go ahead and go with learning. And what do we have here? A foreign merchant has arrived. With our blessing, merchants from Sweden have now set up their shop. Oh God, IKEA? Oh, they're trying to head us off before the invention of Lego. Well, we'll see about that. We have no governor. We can, of course, assign those. Sometimes we'll get multiple choices, but in most cases, you'll have one until later on.
A new building has been finished.
And I love the voice acting for telling you whether or not something's complete. Literally telling you that a new building is complete or a unit is complete. And for now, I think since we're kind of light on the whole military thing, we don't really have much in terms of like barracks. And it's going to cost us $1,300. It's going to take a very long time to build up a military. And those that start with militaries aren't necessarily very good or very plentiful. So, and if they are, they're very expensive. And so they might have to cut back on their economy. A little balancing that way. Looks like Novigrad are here as well. Excellent. So people are setting up shop and wanting to trade with the Danes. That's good. We'll also continue to build a... well, I think I want to start with farms as best we can. But also I'd like to do fishing wherever possible. And let's go ahead and do that too if we can. A harbor, which is going to be good. Actually, if we build that at the capital, we might be able to build warships / like ships to be able to board or whatnot. Now, gunpowder will be a thing later on. There is artillery in the game, so we can eventually advance to do those types of things. Building ranged artillery and being able to then siege castles or cities much better. In fact, an example here of a castle is we've got... some crop farms here, but there should be a castle around here somewhere. Looks like it might change often. I've seen the setup being a little different. Each time I've loaded in, I tried to see if the map would change, and it does look like it gives you different situations. Sometimes this was a castle, but now it's a quarry, and this was also a castle too, which is now a farm. So I don't necessarily think that we're converting castles to farms, but perhaps things have changed a little bit. Every time you load in, perhaps you get more wood or more farms or something just at the start, which can quickly change. Looks like the clergy's opinion with us is now increasing. That's awesome. And now the merchants need to increase too, which should be improved by us building that harbor, which means more fishing and more boats arriving for trade, possibly more taxes. They're advising now that we hire somebody for what do they call them exactly? Let's just call them our advisors, but we'll go ahead and get a merchant then. That way we can make the merchants a little happier. Knights are noble characters who can perform actions in the kingdom depending on their class. Yeah, they have different levels too, so we can upgrade them and increase their actions too. We can trade with other kingdoms, and that's exactly what we want to do because those people just arrived. So let's start with Novigrad.
On my second nature.
Do another one for Sweden if we can.
A new construction has been
500. We'll need to wait a while to hire them, but we'll start with the nearest trading partner, I suppose, or at least the one that pops up on the list. So once we want to launch military operations, right now, I think if we click on another kingdom, yeah, it'll tell us what the neighbors are up to, what they look like, and who they are, and where they're found, that kind of thing. And as we scroll through, we can kind of see a little bit more information about them until, of course, we spy. This is all the things that we know currently, just from it being maybe public knowledge of what the name of the kingdom is, or possibly if they're wealthy or not. But we don't know finite details or more finer details, like, for example, troop counts or their capabilities at war. But hey, check it out. A trebuchet is already attacking a castle here. It looks like there's a siege battle going on. Who's fighting here? It looks like Brandenburg is pushing north to our partner here of oh, boy. This is technically our territory. Are we at war? I actually don't even know. This is a vassal of ours, so I'm not sure how much we can influence them, but since they're attacking and they're kind of our sworn enemy at the moment, it's kind of more like a invasion, if you will. Or at least they're taking somebody's territory that should kind of belong to us in a way. But you can see the defense there and army supplies. Now, this game is not necessarily all just top-down. If you missed the beginning of the video, make sure you go back to the very, very start, because there are different types of battles that will take place in towns or outside of cities at the city walls or in fields too. So there's lots of things to consider when actually looking at this game. It's not just build an army and right click to take a town like in Civ. All right, looks like we're in dire need of help in our war against the... Wait, I don't necessarily know. I'm going to go ahead and decline on that one. They offer a better armor. Oh. You want to trade with us? Okay.
Our merchant's opinion has improved.
All right, and the merchants are happy with that. Excellent. So we denied their... Oh, that music. Nice. So we denied the initial offer for that, but now we can go to war a little bit. So there we go. It looks like we can send reinforcements to the our Livonian order friends, and then fight against whoever they're, I'm assuming, being invaded by. All right, merchants are now happy with us. This is great. We've got everybody at least 0, and in one case, we've got the peasantry happy with us too. So our opinion will grow over time now. The crown authority will thus grow. And let's go ahead and see. Oh, let's give this person an audience. Diplomatic negotiations can be initiated with any foreign kingdom. Excellent. Go ahead and skip that for now just so we can see. Vladimir relations up 136. Great. Oh, and Lithuania is unhappy with us. But the Novian Order are happy. Well, good day to you, King. What is it you wish to speak about? I don't really want to make any demands or offers. Let's go ahead and... I don't really want to demand anything or offer anything. Good. I guess we somehow claim... this could have been an email. We didn't have to have a face-to-face. My bad. We didn't even have phones yet. We should have sent an email. But anyway, yeah, so the Lithuanian army is fighting over here. So the Livonian Order... Lithuania, I think, that sounded like they were the same place, actually, but I don't think it would have... I'm not as familiar with these kingdoms, but it was 2 different places where one's now Madge at supporting the other one. But regardless, it looks like our neighbor here is at least trying to hold their own. They've got 1,143 against 1,200, and they are attacking, so I'm not sure if that'll be enough to have a successful siege or how we can help out there, but it does seem like we should be able to send a reinforcement group there and help them out, but kind of maybe wanting to stay out of it. Eventually, we will have to take Brandenburg. Those are our enemies, so kind of cool to push south. And do so with Sweden's help. Right now, we're kind of chill with the Swedes, and maybe the Norwegians too, although there's not really much we need to do to, I guess, convince them to join us other than maybe asking for it, which is totally fine. Go ahead and start making some units. We're going to go ahead and try to start building some military barracks down here. We need 1,300 for that, so we're at plus 69. Nice. 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 So the Royal Treasury is growing because of all of our trade and, of course, all of our investment in things like the building of farms, which we play too. We can kind of see where things are popping off. I love the painted pictures at the bottom here. It looks like a box art for a game. And they're all a little different based on, yeah, where you click. Like, look at that. Scania is a little bit different with the mountains, the background. I don't know, it just changes things and gives a little bit of variety. It's kind of nice. But yeah, things will change based on whether they're on the shoreline or whether it's a flower farm or vegetable farm or whether it's a military castle or something like that. Pretty cool. In fact, going to our friends down here, there you go. You can see some armies moving that way too. Yeah, you can see the siege, so the attacker trying to launch an attack there. It looks like peasants fighting peasants. Oh, light spearmen. The peasants are fighting light spearmen. Probably not going to go great for these guys. They literally have pitchforks trying to attack a castle with like a stake defensive wall. I don't think it's going to go well for them. They are winning slightly, but they've got the high ground, so there's that. All right, let's continue to try to make money then. Let's expand our operations. So yeah, that harbor is now complete. Let's go ahead and try to build some more harbors for our military operations. And, well, eventually we can make shipyards. That would be quite good. It's going to cost us quite a bit. We can always delete things and try to do something else. Oh, look at this. We can actually go for a windmill too, which will give us plus coinage. That's good. Might be a good idea to build one of those, which $890. Unfortunately, a little too expensive at the moment, but yeah, that's why we can speed up time. So let's do that now. We'll try to build a little bit more and try to make some more cash.
Our prince has grown and can learn new skills.
The prince can
Pagan
grow.
heresy has spread to one of our neighbors.
Let's do laws
One of
and
our
heresy.
knights is not governing a province.
Paganism is spreading, and it looks like Currently not governing any of your provinces. It would be beneficial to assign as governor.
How may I serve you?
Okay, not governing a town.
Sire,
Let's go ahead and give you
we
access
received
to
a letter from the Pope.
last week.
This city shall become the leading trade center in the world.
Wow. Wow. The Pope is papal states in the Christian world itself require your aid. We're preparing a crusade and require 700. Sure.
Our clergy opinion has improved.
And now that the clergy's happy with us, clergy +1 for preparing with the crusades. I wonder if we can actually participate with those. It would be. That's why I was suggesting it'd be interesting to be the papal states to be able to maybe influence that way and use espionage and/or religion to kind of act as a puppet government over the
Diplomatic
others.
message
for
has
that.
arrived.
Non-aggression, sure. Got that. The Vladimirians are pleased. Excellent. Vladimir would be all the way over here, I believe. Somewhere around these parts. I really wish we could zoom out a lot further, though. I really want to be able to see a lot more of Europe to be able to navigate much faster. Of course, we can always see it on the mini-map, and that's pretty easy to navigate between, like, London or Paris-ish area. Or maybe Berlin. I don't even know if that's a city at this time, or where it would be on the river. But we're pretty close to a few of these locations. Oh, here we go. Prague and Brandenburg
The time
here.
has come to choose our prince's education.
Poznan, Polsk. There we go. Königsberg. Pretty accurate positions with major rivers represented and a lot of roads there too. Pretty cool. Okay, let's view our royal family.
The wisest of rulers and his king.
All right, so we are king. There's the queen. There's some of our skills too, so things like warfare, economy, diplomacy, religion, and espionage are represented. Apparently, we're very good at espionage. So as we're having our heir go through school, we're trying to train him a little bit more for economy, so he's going to be a little bit better than our level 2. So we'll switch from like espionage to more focus on economy, so we can pay for these wars that the Pope wants to have, but also pay for our own responsibilities too. And 4 of our heirs, we have royal children times 4. It looks like there are a total of 4 of them, and then possibly maybe they can get married too, and we can see the whole family tree. So us and our, yeah, we're old now, by the way. So us and our queen, and then our heir, and then possibly his princess, and then queen. Or anything could happen. You know, he could die off, and then somebody else could get married and die and become queen, or whatever crazy stuff happens. Possible. And kingdom traditions, which will also affect our overall. Now that's interesting. This kind of reminds me of how it goes in games like Old World or Civ, where a nation is known for its trading or its archery or something along the lines of chariots or camel warriors, or whatever special unit they might get, like for example in Rise of Nations with bombers and artillery and musketeers and things like that. So we can study all sorts of things, not just military either, but some things related to logistics or medicine or stewardship or siegecraft for more focus on military if we want to, and or theology. So there's lots of different things that we can unlock over time, so that's pretty cool. Oh boy, let's see. Bribery or charity? Let's do charity a little bit. We have Helsinki over here too, so we're getting a little further to the east. Go back. Take a look more at our cities. So now we're at plus 81. We were at 69 before, nice, but now we're at plus 81 to grow our cities then. We'll focus on building let's build a church down here in Hamburg.
We have received
Beautiful
a
church.
diplomatic message.
Oh, they're asking for protection. Okay. Well, we'll give that to them. They've been able to successfully defend themselves. Oh, wow, look at this. Brandenburg is on fire after a failed attack at Castle Mecklenburg. Excellent. All right, we'll go ahead and protect our friends now. Might be going into a war. We don't want an audience at the moment. Basically, if we agree to something, we can ask for something in return. Almost like a hook. Oh no, the Germans are angry at the Danes? Oh, what are they going to do? We'll throw down some Lego. They won't be able to get through. Throw Lego down along the border. Perfect. Not getting any closer. Germans. Or wherever you are. I think they have several disjointed territories. When you look at the map, some territories are not linked together. So it's interesting to see how it all unfolds over time. And how nations between 300 years form and collapse and empires grow and shrink. Very cool. All right, we got our church done. Let's then build maybe a barracks down here too. We're going to start needing that. So let's go with we'll start with a barracks, basic barracks. And then we'll be able to recruit troops, defend our southern border, since that's where the Germans happen to be. Base. All right, let's go with I'd like to go with a windmill next, somewhere. But building farms is a really great idea at the start. In fact, I think that might be why we've done so well with some of the merchant stuff at the start. Kingdom of Stability is -4 now because of the war that apparently is going on again. Oh boy. Like Brandenburg is invaded with 2,900, but apparently Pomerania's got nothing? We could send out the troops, but we don't really have much of any at the moment. Most of it is just militia. But the friendlies are bringing over 3,300 troops to attack Brandenburg. Are they going for the heart? Army leader. Most armies are led by a knight who can affect the attributes of all units under his command, depending on his skills. All right, so there's all the army units there that they've got. Army morale 2 shown in blue. Army manpower and supplies and upkeep and equipment. Well, our little vassal going to go straight to Brandenburg? Good. Maybe it's all that espionage. We're manipulating them. Oh, they're turning around. Are they taking the long road? I thought they were going to come straight out of the forest. Oh, we're into a battle now. Clicking space focuses your camera on the selected battle. Field battles are fought between 2 main army leaders. Each side of the battle are reinforced by 1 additional friendly army at a time. More on the army morale and manpower and supplies and upkeep. Very cool. And then the pillage progress. Oh, of course, got to do some pillaging. Oh, I see. So they're attacking a farm in order to weaken the enemy a little bit. Now, since we don't have control here, I don't think we get to go into the total war view level just to see some pillaging. But literally, there's nothing here. There's just basically farmers.
Our prince is ready to enter our royal court, sire.
Ah, good. The boy is here. Excellent. Teach him stewardship. Wow, cool. So now the Pomeranians are kind of getting back at the Brandenburg army for kind of invading, and it looks like 4 farms are destroyed, as one of ours is. And it looks like they're trying to they're we're actually exchanging blows a little bit. But wait a minute. 2 armies here are coming in on either side of Brandenburg. Oh, maybe this army will try to lift the siege of a small farm.
Diplomatic message has arrived.
I don't know what the AI is doing. If I were them, I would stay in that city until the enemy was a little closer or weaker, and then let them and weaken them completely. Anyway, marriage between Grandmaster Vulcan and Princess Sophia.
The enemy grows stronger, my lord.
Sure, why not? We have to form an alliance there. All right, now we should be able to recruit some army units if we start specializing. Do some spear makers, swordsmiths, or fletchers. We can do some arrows if we want to, or horses. Go with a swordsmith barracks, but let's do swordsmith there. So we can specialize in that. Swordsmith there. Okay, cool. So now we're upgrading to specialize in sword smithing, and that should basically allow us to train troops from that village or that city. Let's do some farming too, because as we're going to get some recruits, we're going to be hungry, and we want that city's population to grow so we can recruit from there. So essentially, that's why you build your population first, is to get the numbers up and then expand your industrial might, and then start focusing on the military. So food first, then industry, then military, will certainly help. But you can always change things around so long as you trade. That's a good thing too. All right, more crop farming if we can. Yeah, let's go with crop farming here. Oh, trade agreement. Excellent. Oh, that music is so good.
We've pleased our merchants, sire.
Excellent. Wow, look at this. We're +1 across the board here. Well, at least for everything but the army and nobility. But nobility should be increasing over time once we have some successful campaigns.
An upgrade has been completed, my lord. A new building has been finished, sire.
We're getting ready to assist them. We are the most effective at diplomacy. Awesome. We're #1 in diplomacy. Fantastic. #1 at something. Yeah, I guess allowing a few of those merchants in for trade, and then, of course, agreeing to some military campaigns and whatnot with the neighbors probably helped out a little bit. Save for a windmill, too, so we can continue on with that. Or we should make some military units, to which now we can make light infantry. Before, we could only get the Nordic peasants, which had their own bonuses, and militia too, but we have heavy infantry, spearmen, cavalry of both light and heavy,
Our enemies
bowmen,
have gained a new ally.
heavy archers, feudal knights, and men-at-arms as well, so that's good. Go ahead and start the group of 2 light infantry, so they should be able to get deployed here soon, and we'll try to build a much bigger army and then start sending it out, so we've got plenty of cash for more. A little shortly.
The leader of our alliance signed peace with our enemies. And the
War
is
against
over.
Brandenburg has ended. Excellent.
Sire, our prince is now ready to join the royal court.
Looks like maybe some of their territory has been captured. I'm not sure exactly because it still looks like it's in Pomeranian
Infidels
control.
beware, a new crusade is coming.
The Pope has called for a crusade. Click on it. Select its leader and view location. Oh, there's a actual crusade going on and it has a leader. Can we? Oh, they're not there yet. I think they've just launched troops to then go. So they'll be traveling by boat. There they go. 6,000 troops leaving on a ship to go for the Crusades, being led by Demetrio, Crusader Demetrio. Very good at being a merchant. All right, well, let's keep an eye on it. All right, I think we should also hire a marshal for military. We will hire target at, was it Hamburg that we were building a lot of forces at? I believe so. Yeah, Hamburg is where we want to do that.
Should we march?
Sire, we've spotted mercenaries camping in our lands.
Oh, mercenaries in our land? I don't think so. We'll start forming up more forces. Getting a few more swordsmen. We'll try to do Fletcher's next, but we need a lot more cash for that. So things certainly do take some time, but certainly things go quickly too. Bring an army to buy troops. Oh. They're not mercenaries of the enemy, they're mercenaries that we can recruit from. Very nice. Yeah, there they are right there. Okay, so we can bring an army there to recruit from them.
Signed peace with our enemies.
That's pretty cool, so we can have heavy archers, infantry, spearmen. Good way to grow an army and launch a surprise attack, especially if the enemy is neck and neck with you in production.
A diplomatic message has arrived.
Now let's see.
Our prince is ready to enter our royal court, sire.
Lithuania's mad again. But we made so many friends from doing that. Look at that. And a few more enemies. A lot of enemies. The Dutch are mad. Holland is mad, and Brandenburg
Kingdom
too.
is no longer our ally, sire.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, there goes the diplomacy, boys. Let's
Sire,
see here.
I
Your royal
present
family.
to you the royal family.
Ah, there we go. So Sophia is now married, as we approved before. There could be more marriages. We can also specialize stuff. None of your knights have learned the skill at maximum level. So if we keep our knights alive, then it becomes unlockable. Worry about bargaining now. Let's do a little bit more in Fletcher. Now, since we're just kind of taking a first look, everything that we do is just basically going to be... oh, never mind, we're
by
dead.
his heir, a foreign kingdom has made claims to our lands.
Oh, we have died.
Nobility's opinion has taken a hit.
Our king has died. Now there's a change of power. Our son. Nobility opinion -1 because of the new leader. Ends our non-aggression pact with Vladimir. As your old king is gone, the favorite daughter, Sophia, inherits reveal. Deny her right to it and will regretfully have to go to war to defend her honor. I accept.
We have angered our nobility.
Oh, calm down. Very cool. So as I was mentioning, since it's a first look and there's so many layers, if anything shenanigans
Sire,
happen,
we have completed
good.
an upgrade. Some of our lands are ungoverned.
Goodness, so many notifications. And we got ourselves the new knight. Let's go ahead and give you a town to govern. Let's go with, let's go Narva.
I pledge my sword to these lands.
And can we actually zoom in on that?
Command. My troops are waiting.
Oh, Novigrad. King stances and relations. Family, politics.
I'm at your disposal, my lord. Where can we
Who's
profit?
over there? The king is here. Very cool. Shenanigans are occurring. Hey, check that out. Berg looks much more fortified. Very fine wine. Build that windmill too. We're going to be producing food and troops as much as possible. Now we can produce archers. Or bowmen. So now we have an army ready to go. We can create squads from that. This is the city garrison so far, so now we can kind of put these together. Good idea to just keep troops in the garrison as they're trained.
The leader of our alliance signed peace with our enemies.
And now we can deploy the troops with 1,700 men. We can go to the neighbors if we want to. Like Sweden is messing with Pomerania, and boy, did they bring a hell of a lot of troops. Wow, they're ramming their ship into it. Oh, damn, Swedish tactics. Ramming that, literally Viking longboat. We've got the long ship out, just ramming right into it. All right, then. Interesting, they have 7,566 troops here. That's actually the Pomeranians on their ship, but I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to do. You would think that they would land and then go into the city and try to hold it. Not exactly sure what they're trying to do, but oh boy, we got a mess on our hands. But we're building a military, so at least we can defend ourselves. We can make this force a little larger. Probably get some cavalry next, so we'll work on that if we can. Do we have enough cash? Oh, town guards. There's our stables for 740. We'll be able to pay for them. But hey, we've over doubled our money by increasing trade. And it looks like now the Germans want to trade with us.
Our merchants' opinion has improved. We've gained favor with our nobility.
And now we're gaining favor with nobility, including the merchants. Excellent. And actually, the nobility, I think the nobility are not as mad at us. Ooh. Looks like opportunities disappear very quickly, though. It might be a good idea to pause every time one of those pop up. Even though we're kind of going at slow speed now, it seems like within a matter of 5 seconds, an auto decision is made as time is passing. But regardless, I like what I see, and I think this is pretty cool. There's a lot more depth here, though, than what we could ever imagine over the course of just a half hour. And it's been cool to see some of the battles so far in the trailers and the potential to do things like, for example, uniting some current modern-day countries, such as perhaps uniting Italy and going to war against the Pope. Maybe that's something you can do to be crazy and actually like end a religion by going for like the heart of it or something. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see what you can do to create alliances, nations, and squash nations before they even become a powerhouse, for example. Quite interesting. I like it. Well, that's all the time we have today for our first look at Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign, but I like what I see. I think it seems like a very fast fast-paced RTS over hundreds of years where wars can last for a very long time. So what I thought would be a very long slog, like playing a game of Anno 1800 multiplayer, this seems to be much more in line with what you would expect from Hearts of Iron or Victoria, where it takes a little bit of time to start an army and invade your neighbors and go to war, but not too long. It's not like 7,000 turns in Civ, but it does definitely have that feel. With a lot of other things mixed in. But I'd like to know your thoughts about the game. What do you like? What do you see when you look at this game? What's some of your first opinions on its performance for, raising an army? It seems rather straightforward, but do you want to see more complexity? Do you like the units? What nation would you play as? And where are you from? Let me know down below. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for leaving a like, and I hope to see you all soon. And I'd love to live stream this game sometime. So thanks again for being a part of it. Hopefully, we can do that sometime soon. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.